The next storyteller up is Benjamin Rexroad, and his story is entitled
Does this detach? All right. So, it's entitled Silence because I had no idea what I was going to say getting up here. For those of you guys who don't know, I hate being on stage. I hate having people look at me. I hate talking in front of audiences. It makes me incredibly nervous, and super awkward. So, and my story is, I think about why that happened and how I got to this point. And so we have to imagine going back, you know, a little pint-sized me. You know, this big, cute little moppet with blonde hair and big dimples and big brown eyes. Super cute. And I grew up with I grew up in a low middle class family. We were relatively poor. So my grandmother would make everything by hand. She could sew. And I got cast in a school play, and I got cast as chicken number 2. Or I guess Rooster, since I was a boy. And it was I don't even remember what the show was, but it was about being in a barnyard with, I don't know, I don't even remember what my lines were. I know that I had 2 lines. And so my grandmother made me a chicken outfit. It was, I believe, red overalls, and she sewed on the bottom of the legs little chicken feet that she cut out of felt. She made me a hat out of a white hat with a rooster comb and eyes, and then she made a cone, paper cone, for my nose. And I thought that I looked stupid because it was all handmade. It wasn't what the other kids had. It wasn't store-bought costumes. It was something that my grandmother made by hand, no less. So I thought it looked cheap, and I was embarrassed. And come the big day for the play, of course I don't want to wear this costume, but my grandma spent all this time on it, so I said, okay, all right, I'll put this on. I go up on stage, and comes to my first line, and with the paper cone over my nose, it sounded like, hello! And everybody laughed. And I was really embarrassed. Everybody was laughing at me. I knew this was going to happen because of my costume. Not then my nose, I made that noise. So I took off the beak for my next line and spoke right into the little microphone, and it was just, hello, you know, like a little kid. And nobody laughed at me. And then I was upset that nobody laughed at me. Because that was awesome. Everyone laughed at me. And so as a little kid, I remember going back down and being totally and utterly disappointed by what I had done. Very sad. And so then I just came off stage and was like, oh. So now, ever since then, every time I'm on stage, I doubt every single action I make because it's probably wrong. And people are either going to laugh at me or not going to laugh at me, and I'm still not sure which one's worse.